Hey, welcome. Today we're going to talk about something that, let's be honest, a lot of us deal with but maybe don't talk about enough. Healing those invisible wounds we carry inside. This isn't just about a quick fix to feel better. Nope. This is about a real journey toward a deep, lasting inner peace. And we're going to explore it through some really timeless, faith-based practices. So let's dive in.
So let me just ask you this straight up. How do you heal the wounds that no one else can see? It's a huge question, and it really gets to the heart of so many of our private struggles. And that's exactly what we're going to unpack together.
First things first, we've got to acknowledge that these scars are real. I mean, unlike a broken arm or a cut, emotional pain is hidden. But its effects, oh, they can ripple out and touch every single part of our world.
And this quote from Veda Green just hits the nail on the head. These emotional scars run deep. They're real, they are absolutely powerful, and they affect everything. So if you've ever felt that pain from your past is somehow still right there with you today, I want you to know you are not alone. That's a completely real and valid experience.
And that's the thing, right? What's so tough is how this pain can just pop up out of nowhere. A song comes on the radio, you hear a certain phrase, and boom, you're transported right back to that moment of deep pain. It just goes to show you, we can't just lock these wounds away and pretend they're not there. They need our attention. They need to be healed.
But this is where the hope comes in. This is the foundation for everything we're going to talk about. This verse from Psalms is a promise that in our deepest pain, we are not left on our own. In fact, it says that a divine presence draws closer to us, especially when we feel completely broken.
Okay, so if that's the hope, where do we actually start the healing? Well, the path begins with a first step that might surprise you. It all starts with building a foundation of humility. It's really all about our posture, how we approach God. And just look at the contrast here. It's so powerful. This quote from James shows us that pride literally creates a barrier. It puts us in opposition. But humility tears that barrier down. It opens up a channel for us to receive grace. And that grace is the divine help we absolutely need for true healing. And we have to get this definition right because it's so misunderstood. Humility is not about hating yourself or thinking you're worthless. Not at all. It's just an honest look in the mirror, recognizing that when it comes to these deep wounds, we need a strength that's way beyond our own to heal. And that simple admission, that dependence on God, that's what flings the door wide open for His strength to start working in us.
The theologian Andrew Murray really broke this down for us. He basically said our job is to seek humility, to let go of trying to fix everything ourselves, to go lower. And God's job? His work is to lift us up and to heal us. We do our part, which is to humble ourselves, and we can trust that He is faithful to do His. So once we have that foundation of humility, it just naturally leads us to the next step. It's not just a state of mind, it flows right into an active practice. From humility, we move into the powerful discipline of stillness.
Okay, this is a big one. I'm sure a lot of you have heard this verse before. It's beautiful, right? But its real power is often missed. It's not just a gentle suggestion to relax. It's a command, and it holds the key to knowing God on a much deeper level, especially when life feels like total chaos. And this is the part that just blows my mind. The original Hebrew word for be still is actually super active. It means to drop your weapons, to stop striving so hard, to literally slacken that white-knuckled grip you have on your problems and your pain. It's not about doing nothing. It's a powerful, active choice to surrender control. So what does it look like to actively surrender? Well, it looks like this. While you're letting go of the struggle, you can actively turn your focus. You can worship, which just reaffirms that God's in control, not you. You can pray, deepening that conversation. You can remember all the times God's been faithful in the past. You can practice gratitude. And you can watch, actively looking for where He's working in your life right now. So you see, this kind of stillness is anything but empty. It's focused, intentional, and all about God. All right, so when you put humility and this active stillness together, a really clear path starts to open up. We can actually start engaging in specific, structured ways to find that divine peace that I think we're all looking for. This is so cool. Check this out. You've got modern psychology on one side, which gives us tools like positive affirmations to reframe our thoughts. And those can be great. But on the other side, faith offers something even deeper, a daily affirmation of divine grace. See the difference? Instead of relying on our own power to convince ourselves of something,
We affirm a truth that's outside of ourselves, like God's unwavering grace every single morning. This reframes our whole day around His faithfulness, not our own up and down feelings. In one of the most powerful and historic ways to actually do this is through a practice called Lectio Divina. It literally means divine reading. And this isn't about just reading the Bible to get information. It's about encountering the living word for real transformation. And it's not complicated at all. It just unfolds in 4 really simple stages. First, you read a passage, slowly. Then you meditate. You reflect on a word or a phrase that just kind of jumps out at you. From there, you pray. You respond to what you've noticed. And finally, you just contemplate. You rest in God's presence, letting His peace settle over you. It's this beautiful, gentle rhythm that's designed for feeling. So where is all of this leading? What's the point of the journey? Well, it's not just a temporary fix. The goal here is a lasting freedom and a kind of peace that just can't be shaken. Now, this right here is so important to understand. The peace being described in this verse isn't based on logic. It transcends all understanding. What does that mean? It means you can have peace even when you're in pain. It's a calm that can hold steady right in the middle of a storm. And that's because it's not based on our circumstances, which are always changing, but on God's presence, which never does. And that kind of profound peace, well, it's rooted in trust. It's about letting go and truly believing that even when the path right in front of you is painful and makes no sense, there's a bigger plan at work that is for your ultimate good and your healing. And this is where it gets really amazing. Your healing journey, it's not just for you. Your stories, your testimonies of how you got through the darkness are incredibly powerful. When you share how you've navigated your pain, it doesn't just make your own healing stronger, it becomes a light for other people who are still trying to find their way. This totally changes how we look at our scars, right? Instead of being marks of shame that we have to hide, they become these beautiful testimonies. They're proof that we survived, that we're resilient, and that God's grace has this incredible power to restore and heal what's been broken. So I'll leave you with this thought. Your scars, they tell the story of where you've been. But your healing, that tells a story of your future. It's a story of hope, of redemption, and a peace that has the power to change not only your world, but the world of everyone around you. So the question is, what story will you let God tell through you?